All right, so sorry, we're gonna have to do a second video today. I was hoping I could get that all done in 15 minutes, but it wasn't happening. Um, 15 minutes is the max you can do on this recording program. So second one should be really short, maybe 2-3 minutes, something like that. All right, so the next thing that comes up is human bias. So obviously, if there's an in-person poll, the person that's doing the polling, the pollster, they can have a big impact on how the people respond to their questions. If they're abrasive, or if they're kind, or if they have specific, certain body language that they're using, that can have an impact on either A, whether the person will even respond to the questions, or B, if they'll respond to them honestly, or C, it could just have an impact on how they're going to respond, period. And so this human bias, this interaction with the pollster and the respondent, that can have a big impact on how that the poll is responded to. Okay, the final, I guess you'd say, the final flawed way of doing polling is what's called a push poll, and this has become it's become a real problem with social media. Social media has really changed politics a lot, and most of it's for the bad, unfortunately. Push polling is like I said, it's becoming much more prevalent, and it's a poll in name only. It's not even really a poll. It's super inaccurate, and it's basically just designed to influence the way you view a candidate or influence the way you feel about an issue. And it's typically really super skewed and one-sided. So I put this political cartoon here for you to kind of give you an illustration of this. You've got the pollster asking this random dude a question. It says, if the election were held today, would you A, vote against Republicans, B, throw the corrupt, evil bums out, or C, banish the GOP to everlasting scorn and ridicule? So if you agree with Republicans, you can't answer this question, and so it's going to skew the whole poll. Now, the reason that they would do this, obviously, is because when people see the results of a poll, that can have an impact on how they vote. So, like, for example, if polling comes out that, the likelihood of a Republican winning a district is 70%, and 70% of people have said, yes, I will vote for this person, and 30% said no, then it could have an impact on that election. That, Republicans might say, well, he's going to win anyways, why do I need to go vote? And Democrats might say, well, why do I need to go and vote? Or they might say, man, well, we need to really get a lot of Democrats out to vote. And so seeing a poll and the data there can have an impact on whether people will vote or not. And so, polling can be really effective. It can be problematic. It can be helpful. It can be, there's a lot that goes into it, and it's got to be done right to be indicative of how things are actually going to go. But it can also be used to manipulate the population. So it's, they're tough. They're tough, but they're interesting. So I think that's the entirety of our, yes, it is. That's the entirety of our stuff today. So like I said, there's a couple of questions there at the end that I kind of wanted you guys to think about. You're not turning this stuff in. You're not turning these notes in. Obviously, this is for you. But I would definitely take some time to kind of think about those. I think I put 2 questions there at the end of that. So make sure you take some time to kind of consider those. And we'll start our next class with a quiz. Okay, so make sure that you are prepped for that. That'll be 3, 4, 5 multiple choice questions, that kind of thing. So just make sure that you watch the videos and take your notes, and you should be in good shape.